Hey guys, Scare9 here, and I want to talk about the current Trials matchmaking system and how I think Bungie could tweak it to make it a little bit more fair and balanced for everyone. So currently, this week, what they did is that if you go flawless, you get put into a completely separate player population. So there are two player populations. You have non-flawlesses and flawless. It doesn't matter if you reset your card, change character, or whatever. If you have gone flawless at all this week, you only play other people who have gone flawless this week. And it makes it pretty impossible to do things like play with your friends, have a casual trials card, etc, etc. So like, if I haven't been flawless, but I want to play with my friend who has, we are only going to play other people who have gone flawless. And it makes it an incredibly sweaty experience. You have to always be playing as hard as you can, blah, blah, blah. I know Trials is endgame PvP. Maybe you should have to play a little bit harder. But for me personally, and for a lot of other people, sweating your ass off 24/7 is just not fun. You know, you should have to play hard, but you know, not everything is a $10,000 grand tournament finale. You know? So I wanted to give some of my thoughts on this matchmaking system, and I want to give thoughts on how to fix it. But essentially, here are my main problems with it. It's not exactly a, I don't know how to say this, like a congruent experience all the way across. Right now, the strategy for any player would be wait until Monday. You know, if you're not a very good Trials player, not a PvP guy, if you wait until Monday, most of the sweaty tryhards have been flawless. So you're only going to be playing other people who have never been flawless and maybe not the best players in the world. Also, for flawless people, if you are good at the game and you go flawless, you should wait until Monday to play, because at that point you have the most people in the flawless pool, right? The populations have shrunk into only the kind of less experienced players for the non-flawless side, and for the flawless side, it is just huge. It is swelled with a bunch of people of all different skill sets. And Trials is a weekend-based game mode, so it seems really, really strange to me that the pro strat for it is wait until Monday. That seems very weird. I would say, to make this a more complete and fluid experience that feels the same no matter when you play, it should be restructured in a very simple way. As we went over last week with my video breaking down Trials drop rates, link in the eye up there. If you play on a flawless card, then your rewards are better. So if you get flawless on a card and you continue to play without losing, you get like adept weapons dropping like candy, you get ascendant materials dropping like candy, you get better rewards. And so for those better rewards, I think you should have to play harder. I think you need to have harder games. So I would recommend, or my idea would be to have a separate playlist for people playing on a flawless card. And so if you want to compete against harder teams for better rewards, you should be able to do so there, you know, like that. But if you reset your cards and you're having to play 7 more games for a chance at ascendant materials or an adept weapon, then you go back to the general loot pool. So you have to play harder people for better rewards. I think in my opinion, that makes a lot of sense. That would make it so it's a completely, you know, the same experience no matter when you play. You're not having to wait for people to go flawless or whatever. There will be a continuous cycle of people getting these cards, resetting them, etc. And you don't artificially shrink the Trials population. So Bungie has acknowledged in the past, and everyone knows, that Trials of Osiris plays the best when you have the widest range of skill sets and people playing different playstyles and things like that. And by artificially distributing the central population into 2 separate populations, it doesn't matter how many people play Trials, you are artificially making the population small for some subset of players, meaning they won't get the enjoyment of that larger population playing Trials. I saw a Bungie dev, I think Kevin Yanes, describe it like an hourglass, where you have a bunch of sand at the top, and as Trials goes on, it filters down to the bottom. But this analogy only works if an hourglass is a closed system, which Trials is absolutely not. There's a finite set of sand in an hourglass. Gravity dictates that it has to go down to the bottom. That's not how Trials is. If you have people coming from the top, they go flawless and they get into the smaller pool at the bottom of the hourglass and they don't like it, they're just gonna fuck off and leave, right? And I've seen this happen all weekend. It's been last week. It was so easy to find people to play Trials with it. This is, you know, anecdotal, of course, but this week I'm having a lot of trouble finding people to consistently just grind out Trials. And the general feel that I get from Twitter and Reddit is that a lot of people, especially, you know, better players, are not enjoying this change. And of course they're not, because they're having to go sweaty all the time. And so I think by switching this to a card-based system where you're in the regular pool until you get a flawless card, and then after the flawless card, you are competing for better rewards, so you're facing better people, I think that would make it a much more... like I said, I don't really know how to describe it. It would just make it feel better all the way across. You know exactly what you're getting into, and you can opt into those sweatier games for the better reward. So that's just kind of my entire take on this entire situation. Let me know if you guys think we should add anything. I concede 100% last week trials, way too easy. I just think this week might be a little bit too sweaty, and I'm really glad. I just want to throw this out there. I'm not gatekeeping. I love when people get flawless for the first time. I love when you guys tweet at me or hit me up on Discord and I'm like, I want flawless for the first time. That's awesome. Congratulations. That's literally fantastic. But there has to be a middle ground between last week and this week where everyone can have fun and enjoy this game mode and, you know, be triumphant and get loot and that sort of thing. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like rating and to share it with your friends. If you're interested in watching either of the two videos on screen, you can click their respective annotations to be taking them. If you're brand new to my channel, make sure to the giant version of my logo on screen to be subscribed for more awesome Destiny 2 videos and live streams. Thank you guys so much for watching today, and I'll see you in my next video.